You guys, I'm in the bathroom. I'm in the bathroom of my hotel because my mom is sleeping, but I just watched the episode and I need to talk about it. There aren't gonna be any clips. I just need to talk about it. Okay. Okay. Love Island producers. That was okay, talk about the episode. Katie does a toast. Shady Katie calls out, well, not really calls out, but like congratulates Molly and Zach on being exclusive or closed off, whatever. That man was vexed. I'm sure most of the annoyance was the fact that something that was meant to be like an intimate moment is now everybody's business. But yeah, she definitely was being shady with that one. I don't know why she's saying, I thought I was doing something nice. I thought I was being nice. No, I know you were not, and you know you were not. But anyways, they squashed it. Basically, she thinks Katie wasn't being malicious. I think she's just being nice for TV. I think she absolutely thinks Katie was being malicious, but she's trying to keep the peace. Zach brushed it off. Happy days. Elam has been Mr. Mute, okay? And all of a sudden we're seeing all of him before we see the back of him. Essentially, he's talking to Catherine saying, what if a bombshell came in because I'm feeling too comfy? Well, how about you feel comfy in the comfort of your own home, honey? Because the dumping was insane. Personally, I like this. Essentially, everybody was, I say essentially a lot, just normally I cut it out, but here we are. All the couples were around doing their lovey-dovey thing around the villa, and they just get a text, hey, the public has been voting for their favorite couple, Elam and Catherine, you're at the bottom, deuces. That was absolutely savage, but it was so good. I was sad to see her go because you could tell like she wanted to be there with her girls, see the thing through, but honestly, the way they did it was so good. I ate it up. I'm sorry, Catherine. I'm sorry to see you go. Elam, listen, my worries for Elam was the fact that, you know, some people were calling it love bombing. I'm not entirely sure what love bombing actually means, but if it means somebody's just like giving you an onslaught of love and affection and then like draws it away, maybe that's what he was doing. But I just feel like whatever he was doing to get Catherine, he needed to maintain. But then Mads is talking about he's too comfy, he wants a challenge. What if a bombshell comes? Well, you ain't gonna see them. And the producers are so shady, sending in bombshells immediately after Elam leaves. All right, I love it. There's a second Ella. Oh my gosh, y'all, let Tyreek breathe. You know Tyreek likes any woman with a pulse. Well, maybe not any woman, but any woman who comes into Love Island with a pulse. So I'd be interested to see how that goes. But Ella's a beautiful girl. I don't know whose head she could turn. You know, Sammy only likes brunettes, allegedly. So I don't know. I don't know whose head she'll, maybe Uzi's, if he's there. Because the bottom couples, oh, Scott, I forgot about Scott. The bottom couples are Leah and Montel, yeah. Uzi and Katie, yeah. And then Sammy and Jess was gagged. Jess was gagged. I was like, sis, if I was in the villa, I would be confused too. Scott was flabbergasted. Amber was flabbergasted. Obviously, they're getting this whole, you know, Scott vigilante vote. So, all right, y'all. I don't think it makes sense for the show, but if y'all want that man to win, okay, fine. But find a way to justify it instead of just doing it to spite Catherine. But anyways, before Catherine left, she and Scott did say that they're on way better terms than they were before. They're glad that they can move on and talk about their new connections and blah, blah, blah. We didn't get to see the reconciliation conversation, like a real one. I don't think we got to see a real one, but it's good to see that they left things on good terms. Let's end with Scott because Abby, Abby's moving weird and I don't like it. First of all, I wish the episode picked up where the last one left off. What did Whitney mean? Like, I wanted to see that full conversation, and I wanted to see, like, I wanted to see how Scott was going to respond to being called out by Whitney, because Whitney seems to be, for the most part, oh, I forgot to talk about Whitney's date. Okay, I'll talk about it after. for the most part, she seems to be the voice of reason. So I would have liked to hear him question her perspective on him being a game player, right? But Abby's moving weird. Essentially, she threw shade at Scott saying, you're only after me because you're desperate and you didn't pay any attention to me in Casa more. But now she's like, oh, I love it when a guy grafts after me. And then she's gonna turn around and shade Scott in front of Mitch. And then Mitch is gonna be upset. He's gonna move like a possessive maniac. I'm being extra, he was not being a maniac. But he obviously felt away because he thought that Scott was throwing dirt on his name, which he wasn't. Abby just switched up the story. I don't know. I'm really not feeling her. A part of me wasn't feeling Mitch until I realized, you know what? He's just setting his boundaries for this whole situation. He's saying, listen, you can get to know my girl, but as for my name, don't put me in it. I can't be mad at that. I cannot be mad at that. Whitney and Lock-in's date is the last thing I'm going to talk about. I thought I would have liked it more, but I didn't. This is the first time that I'm watching Lock-in and I'm like, I don't know that I believe this connection anymore. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why it wasn't really sitting well with me, but it wasn't. And at the end of the day, like I told y'all, I root for Whitney and insert name here. So if Lock-in is gonna stay in the picture, I root for them. But that date didn't really do it for me. Anyways, I caught up on the episode as quick as possible. Maybe I'll do this tomorrow as well, since I won't be home yet. Just so I can get it off my chest, because I need to talk about this double dumping, this surprise double dumping. Perfection.